Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Haskett. We're talking to people in a pandemic. And what we've been talking about on the Leader channel is something that I think that you people should be checking out as well. I'm going to do this quite often where I'm going to go, I was talking to the people in a pandemic channel, leaders, you should be checking that out. Here's some of the info, etc. Because really, I think leaders, people, we're all human. We're leaders sometimes. We're people all the time. We're not leaders some of the time. But that doesn't change the fact that almost all of us have a leader mentality somewhere in our life. We lead someone, whether it's our family or friends, coworkers, coaching, whatever it happens to be. But anyway, what I want to say is that what I was talking about was the positive ratio and how important it is to keep a positive ratio, especially in these times, and how the more of a leader you are. So like in a family, whatever, if you're a parent, everyone else looks to you, just like if you're a boss, everyone else looks to you for indications about what they should be thinking and acting, and how they should be acting and how they should be responding to things. Your positive ratio is so important because it affects other people so deep in their body, in their brain. Like we have this thing called emotional contagion, and your emotions will affect the people in a room with you, whether or not you talk to them and whether or not you're splashing them with it. You are, and you end up splashing them with it. So anyway, this is a long lead in to say, hey, go watch those videos if you're interested in positive ratio and what happens when your positive ratio goes negative. That was the last one, and how to climb out when that's going on for you. So what I want to talk about here today for people in a pandemic is connection. This has been a weekend again. I've taken a weekend off, and over the weekend I've connected with a couple of my old friends from high school that are still very much part of my life, but not as much part of my life now as we're in physical distancing. So one of the benefits of what we're going through, when we fight to be positive and we look for the silver linings in whatever crap that is thrown in our way by the world, looking for those silver linings, I believe, is very important and very powerful. And I actually believe it creates power, internal power in yourself that you can use on the things that matter most to you. This is what I talk about in the Me You Want to Be. I believe that the me you want to be is the things that you create to become the me you want to be are the same things that you create when you want to create resilience in your life, which is what we all need right now, resilience. So connection, this is one of the ways that we build resilience. We're social species, and the better and stronger our support networks are, our networks of love around us, the better it is for us. The more our quality and quantity of life goes up when we have robust social networks, when we have robust sources of love. So I reached out to some of my friends who are still friends, but were friends when I was a teenager, and we started to I spent 45-minute conversations remembering what it was like when we were younger, talking about how powerful our energies were as we had such close bonds, talking about how important it is to keep those bonds now, and talking about, and this is what I really wanted to get to, talking about how we feel. And not just how we feel, talking about how we felt, and talking about what this relationship actually means to you. So instead of just saying, hey, connect, what I'm really saying is connect truthfully, honestly, at the deepest level you can with the people in your life right now. So like after this, phone up someone, get on a Skype or whatever, and see their face and talk to them. And what I found myself saying in the last little while as I talk to these friends of mine are things like, I just want you to know I love you. I want you to know that our relationship is one of the most important relationships I've had in my life. And it has been such a source of joy and strength to me. And I want to thank you for that. I want to let you know how grateful I am that you are that person to me. Now, I don't have those conversations with those people very regularly. As a matter of fact, I don't. I do that every once in a while. I'm the sort of person who calls up and says, hey, just to let you know, I'm still thinking of you. I haven't talked to you for 3 years, but you're important in my life. Even though I'm one of those people, I don't do that often. This is a perfect time to be grabbing what's going on in the world, a pandemic, and using that to change some of the ways that you behave right now in your world to create stronger connections while we are physically distant. how to create stronger social connections while we are physically distant, right? That's what we're talking about. And talking about drilling down to the bedrock of your relationship, to the truth, the foundational truth of why you are in that relationship with that person, because of what they make you feel like, because of how they make you feel, because of how they made you into a better person. When I said those things to those people, the things I heard back lifted me, lifted my spirits, lifted my energy, gave me power to deal with the darker things that are in my life, or the darker realities that are ebbing and flowing around us all in this pandemic. Connection, real, honest connection, the kind of connection that makes you a little uncomfortable, right? One of my rules is get comfortable being uncomfortable. This is a perfect time to get comfortable being uncomfortable and to reach into yourself, to say the things that are deep in your heart about the people that are in your life. Because ultimately, we never know what's going to happen 1 second to the next. But in a pandemic, that realization has risen up in our consciousness so that it is there multiple times in the day or multiple times in the week. Take that rising consciousness of our of the fragility of our life, of the effervescence of our life, of the unbearable lightness of our being. That's a great book and a good movie too. How to capture those feelings now and share them with the people that matter to you, so that they can share with you the things that matter to them, and you both can rise up. All can rise up into a stronger, into a more socially connected reality, which is stronger for us humans, and more potent and powerful, and allows us to be more potent and powerful when we need it. All right. I'm Roger Haskett. We're talking to people in a pandemic, and we're talking here about using this time to connect deeply with the people that matter the most and create the strongest relationships you possibly can to help you the most in this situation, so that you can help the people around you the most in this situation, right? That's what we're talking about. So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share so that other people have a chance to come in contact with this material as well. Thanks so much. I'm Roger Haskett. I really appreciate it.